What's up, you guys? It's Gio from Gaming with Gio. At you guys with a Mobile Legends Adventure video. This video here is going to be my take on the best fighters in the game. Now, I'm not really sure how many we have. Let's go check real quick how many fighters are in the game. Argus is a fighter. You know that. Badang, that's 2. Exborg, I'm sure, is a fighter as well. Zilong, that's 4. Lapu makes 5. Then we have Freya and Ministar at 6. Min Sithar. I've been saying Ministar. That's funny. My bad, guys. So, wait. Yeah, I think we did 6. We decided we have 6 total fighter heroes. Let's get it. There's so many notifications going on. I'm going to go through rank them. The best of my ability, guys. You know, I haven't actually used all these heroes. I'm giving you guys on what I've seen in battles, like when I've seen them in like a PvP, PvE, stuff like that. You know, and I don't know, believe it or not, honestly don't know most things. I just be trying my best out here. So, yeah, there's that. Have we done the quest for today? Alright, we'll save that bad boy, that free one for tomorrow. Hashtag budgeting, boys. Alright, let's get into it though. Right off the bat. So I haven't used Freya. I haven't seen Freya play. I have no idea how good Freya is. But based off her skills, she's top 3. She's top 3 for me. Top 2 probably. Be close to Argus, if not better than Argus. She's my top 2. But I'm not going to go into her until last because I don't know. I'm going to give all my other rankings and then I'm going to tell you guys with like as a grain of salt, we will evaluate her skills as well and I'll have like a guess for what I think she'll land at when I can finally see what she's about, see what she does. So, first off, right off the bat, you guys know I'm going to do Argus. He's my best fighter. When he goes immune, he does a lot of damage. Look, and he heals himself back with the damage that he's done. The only downfall he has is when he's stunned or the hero team is protected with some kind of shield, invincibility, or whatever, and he can't do any damage. He has pretty high base stats, and he'll do a lot of damage, take a ton of damage, and heal himself. What more can you ask for in a fighter hero? My number 2. This one was close. I'm going to go with Min Sithar. Just the energy buff on the rest of the team is huge. The other heroes that he summons, like the little army of heroes he summons, makes a big difference. It's like they're annoying as crap. They won't go away. But mostly just the energy. That's kind of what edged him out. That's huge. If you're buffing your team with energy, that's a big deal. And he increases his physical attack and magic resistance a little bit above. Some morph, some shield as well. I didn't even realize that. He's got a little bit of a shield going on. So, yeah, that's my thing. He does decent damage as well, and you know he's kind of just super annoying and buffs the team, his energy. Adds a ton of energy to his allies. It's actually hailing outside. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, hear that. My bad. If you can, I'm super sorry about that, guys. It sucks, but you know, I was trying my best. I was like, please stop hailing, and it just didn't do much for me. So that's the reality of it. But my third's gonna be Badang. So Badang does a good amount of damage, and so that's cool. Where does he have his? Yeah, so he also does some control where he stuns, and then when Badang's ally use the same skill, the damage dealt will increase by 20%. So when his ally is doing a skill and then they use the same skill over again, the skill will do 20% more damage, and that's huge. That's a huge buff that a lot of people, when they're like, Badang sucks, they don't realize what he does for the team. with that buff there, just specifically. And he does decent amount of damage. His damage isn't amazing. It's not terrible. And he does have that little stun, which is impactful as well. Alright, so next I'm going to go with Xborg. Xborg and Bedeng were really close. But ultimately, I like Bedeng's buff a little bit better. But really close. I would love either of these heroes on my team. So, Xborg, you know, as we all know, he acquires his shield. He hops into the enemy side, does a ton of damage, heats them up, and then he'll self-explode, and then and then he explodes after he spins. He does, when he heats up, his teammate that does the most damage to the hottest person gets a heal, which is their attack or something, which is pretty cool. He does stakes that do a lot of damage, that pulls them forward, which is some control there. Mostly he just does a ton of damage. His heal is a little bit nice. And then, so it might buff enemy as well. And so in the next 10 seconds, their attack and magic power will increase by 15%. So he's got a little bit of buff going for him as well, which is really nice. So those are my top 4. They do pretty well, you know, like back and forth. Like they're all pretty well. The top 2 probably edge out the other 2 a little bit. But number 3 and 4 are very close as well. So let's see. Let's get to number 5. It seems like we're just kind of going down the list. So with number 5, not Aki or Kai or whatever his name is, we're going to actually go with... This one's tough. I'm going to go with Zilong. I like Zilong because of his buff. So, his buffs, you know, increases attack speed by 40, his attack by 100, he'll become immune to control effects, and all previous control effect will be removed. That's awesome. That's a big deal. Zilong lifts an enemy up and drops them behind himself, dealing physical damage. If he's in the front, he's going to drop them behind, and his team's going to, like, kick their ass. So, dealing physical damage equal to 90% of his attack, lowering their physical defense, which is a big deal, by 50%. That's huge. Zilong charges towards dealing physical damage and slowing attack speed, which is also huge. Every other basic attack hits the target in front 4 times, each dealing physical damage 150%, 105%. That's a big deal too. His physical attacks, every other one does 420 damage essentially to the target in front of him, which is awesome. The only thing, these skills sound awesome. The only reason I have them at 5 is because when they're actually done in the battlefield, they're not as great as you would hope. And that might be because Zilong actually, for a fighter, has lower magic resistance, armor, attack, and health than some other fighters. Except for Lapu, which is number 6. But like, higher health, lower attack. These guys are lower as well, or like just about the same. But Ministar has a decent amount more health. Argus, all of his stats are more, you know, and then Xborg's more health, more attack, all of his stats are more. Bedeng has more attack. These guys are about the same, but I just like his skills a little bit better. So, his skills work well, but he does not have a ton of health. Does have pretty low compared, he's like middle of the pack kind of stats. And they don't work as well as you'd like. After, like with reading them, they sound really well on paper, but they don't really play out that way. So, lastly, I'm going to go with Lapu. I heard he's really good at damage. I heard he does a ton of damage and he's tough. I don't see it. I have never faced a Lapu and had an issue with him unless he was a boss on the campaign. As you can see, he has the worst stats in his class, I'm pretty sure. He does acquire a shield. So that's pretty cool. He stores enemy and energy and slashes enemies with a heavy sword, dealing a ton of damage. The heavy sword lasts 10 seconds, during which he will not be controlled by enemies, which is nice. Twin blades. Lapu throws his twin blades forward. The blades will hit enemies twice. So, the heavy sword state, Lapu throws heavy swords at the closest enemy in the next 3 seconds. The heavy sword deals physical damage. So there's some more area damage there, more area damage there. A buff. When Lapu is in twin blade state, his dodge rate increases by 40. When Lapu is in heavy sword state, his basic attack damage increases by 200. So, I would just like to see... He does decent amount of damage, and he stays alive long enough with his shield, and he can't be controlled by enemies for 10 seconds. When he has his ultimate going off, he increases his attack and damage and stuff like that. It's just not good enough. His attack's not high enough to like make it even to make it as strong as his counterparts in the fighter class. That's what I think. I've never used him. I'm just going strictly off of what I've experienced, guys, and I've never seen Lapu almost stop my team or like any other team. So, yeah, there's that. So, let's finish off with Freya. I told you guys we'd talk about her. So, we talked about her in the last video, so I'll just go over her stats, her skills really quickly. So, she deals physical damage equal to 154% of her attack. For each enemy hit, Freya acquires a shield equal to 100, a stack, requires a stack of shield equal to 154% of her attack. If she can stack that, that's epic. The damage that shield absorbs will be converted into Freya's HP. So not only does she have a huge shield, then she heals herself with the damage that the shield takes. And then she does a lot of damage, jumps into the enemy lineup, dealing physical damage equal to 180% of attack. Blink means it's really quickly. Freya strikes the closest enemy rapidly for 3 times, each dealing physical damage 111%. The last strike will stun the target for 1 second. During the Valkyrie state, this dealing AoE damage to the enemy in front of her. The last strike will stun enemies in the area. More than just that enemy. So there's more control there as well. She stuns 1. During her Valkyrie state or ultimate state, she'll stun whoever's in front of her. When there's a shield, when Freya deals physical damage equal to 60% of her attack to enemies around every 2 seconds. So this isn't even when she's attacking. When she has her shield on, 60% of her attack's just hitting the people around her every 2 seconds. This is like passive damage. Like she's just doing passive damage here. Here, this is Freya strikes the closest enemy 3 times. Does 111, that's like a lot, that's decent amount of damage, and can stun, some crowd control there. Here she does damage as well, and AoE damage. And then, not only does she get an epic shield and do epic damage with the skill, then she heals herself with the damage she's taken. It's just epic. She sounds pretty good, guys. I would put her in my top 3. Right, really close to Argus and Ministar. In any order, definitely. So I'm excited about her. Hope you guys liked the video. I hope you guys kind of got where I was coming from with at least some, if not most, of the heroes. You know, like I said, I haven't had a ton of experience with all of them, but that's what I've learned in game. Make sure you guys remember we are doing a 5K giveaway. We're so close. So let's just get there, guys. Let's get this giveaway done with so we can get ready for our 10K giveaway. Thank you guys for all the support. Make sure you guys join the Discord chat if you would like to talk, have any questions. We have a ton of cool stuff going on in there. I will comment down below. I'll pin my comment. Respond to that, guys, if you want a response. As it's hard to respond to all the comments, but I do enjoy talking to you guys. I'll catch you guys later. Take care. Thanks for watching.